Hey y'all, this is the very first installment of Digging In with DMac. Woo! That is Tony the Iceman behind the camera there. He's gonna be on this journey with me. And every week we're gonna bring you a new episode and we're gonna answer questions that you've been sending in. So we've been getting flooded with questions from our fans. And you know, I hate to call you fans, you know that because we've talked about this before if you've heard my interviews. Because everybody I meet is so cool and has something about them that's so special that you're friends, you're not fans. So my friends have been emailing us and DMing us and sending stuff to our website, asking questions about me, and so that's what inspired this little journey we're gonna go on. So every Thursday night at 6 o'clock, we're gonna have a new episode of Digging In with DMac, and it's gonna talk about all the questions you guys are asking. So
what's the first one?
All right, so I brought some props. I've got props because the first question was, do I have a favorite article of clothing or something special that I like to bring with me on stage? And I've got three things. Well, I used to have four things, I'll tell you about it, but three things that are super important to me. The first one is this belt. Now, I don't know if you can see this belt buckle. Can you see that, Tony? All right, this belt buckle is 80 years old. It's from Ireland. This is my grandfather's belt buckle. And he gave it to my father, and my father gave it to me. And I've never been in an important interview. I've never been on stage. I've never done anything, an important meeting, anything relevant to my music without bringing the two of them with me. And the grandfather, whose belt buckles came from, played eight different instruments. Eight different instruments. That's all, folks. But this belt is also really cool to me. I found this belt to go with it. And yeah, I'm a country boy, you all know that. I'm like a legit country boy. Grew up around the farm, grew up on a dirt road. I still live on a dirt road. And so it's got barbed wire embedded in all the way through the belt leather. And then of course I've got the belt buckle from my grandpa and my dad. And
where'd you get the belt?
I can't remember where I found it. I think it might have been possibly Boot Barn. There's a little plug for Boot Barn, but yeah, I really love it. This belt buckle means everything to me. The other thing that's super important to me, this is the most important article that I have in my life. And you may have seen a post on my Instagram or Twitter, but this is a necklace and a medallion that I got from my grandfather. It's got the Blessed Mother on one side and the Holy Family, Joseph and Jesus on the other side. And as you all know, my faith is everything to me. It's the most important thing to me. And my grandfather, when he turned 18 in Italy, was given this medallion. And I was very, very close to my grandfather. We had a very special relationship. And when I turned 18, he called me into his room and he says, "Hey, I'd like to talk to you." I said, "Sure, Grandpa, you know, what's going on?" And so we sat there and talked and had this really great conversation. At the end of the conversation, he told me how he had received this when he was 18 and he wanted me to have it. And he gave this medallion to me, and I've never had it off my body, not one time. I'm sorry, 2 times for sports-related injuries. I had to get some CAT scans, and which also explains a few things, doesn't it, Tony? Get my bell rung a couple times, and it's the only time it's ever come off. So ever since I was 18 years old, it's come off me, I think, twice. So that's very important to me. Another thing that's cool is you probably see this band. You know, I wear a lot of cuffs. And this particular cuff, you've probably seen me on stage with. I wear it a lot. It's my favorite one of all my cuffs. It's my favorite. And I got a lot of miles with this cuff. So these boots, see them? I used to have a pair just like them. They're Ariats. I love Ariats. They fit better than anything. I love them. Once you break them in, they're like butter. And about a year ago, many of you know, I got all the contents of my locker ripped off from the YMCA in Nashville. And I lost something that was incredibly precious to me, and that was my favorite pair of Ariats. I had worn them at every single show I had ever done. And I had lost a lot of things that day. I lost a couple $1,000s in money from a show I had just done, because I literally flew into town, went right to the Y because I had a meeting on Music Row. And of everything I lost, those boots crushed me. We had been through everything together in my music journey, and that was pretty brutal. So while I love these boots, they're not the boots. But so that was my favorite article of clothing that I wore in every single show was my boots. And but I'm growing to love these just as much. We've been through a lot already together. So anyway, so for this week, I didn't mean to get all Debbie Downer on you about my boots there. Can you see I'm still emotional about it? My belt buckle is my most prized possession, my necklace and my cuff and my boots. That's the articles of clothing that I love. I'm not big into possessions, but those things all mean something to me. So hope you're having a great day. God bless you. Remember, God just wants us to love one another. So do whatever you can to make somebody smile today. And keep living life one laugh at a time. God bless.
Hey, can you tell us what's happening next week?
Oh!
Give us a tease.
All right. So next week, I'm going to take you to my favorite dive bar. I love dive bars. So I'm going to take you to my favorite dive bar in my hometown where I'm from. And we're going to have a little blast. I'm going to tell you a little story about my bartending days.
We don't really ever know or even have a freaking clue. But girl, I don't care, long as getting somewhere means hitting somewhere.